Alright, y'all. I said it wrong. It's not the neck. This is the Lech. L-E-C-H. I'm here at Landsberg am Lech. So Landsberg on the Lech River. And we're gonna walk up there, take a left at the bridge, and go into the Altstadt, which is right there. You can see the colorful houses, church on the hill. And this will be a city walking tour of Landsberg am Lech. I'm gonna walk around this river. Skip ahead if you'd like to. If you wanna see the Altstadt, I'll be there in 10 minutes. And then you'll see what I see for the very first time. Boom, baby, let's go. People on the river right here chilling. Oh, sorry, my gimbal's been acting up lately. Look at this. As always in German cities, they're very well planned out with parks, benches, and this little pathway that I'm on. Bike path to my right. We're coming up on the river, so I want you to see it with the eyes of the camera. Boom, there it is. Let's go through this forest path. Bro, my gimbal is actually messed up. I have no idea why that happens. You see that? It like trips out every once in a while. So we're gonna go up this way. Check it out. Maybe we can walk through the forest a little bit more. You can hear the roaring of the water. Let's go this way. Wow. Yep, benches. Great place to view this body of water roaring down these rocks. And I like how I've seen in multiple cities they build this man-made waterfall. Keep going, y'all. So I'm gonna walk up here. Really nice. Let's walk over here into the Altstadt. Cross the bridge. Check out that statue right there. Alright, here we go. So my car is parked along this road. I walk down here, and then the prison that we visited is like over those trees. But now we're gonna walk this way, across the river. It's a nice day, even though it's a little bit overcast. No rain, so that's a good thing. Got some locks here. Got that Mallorca music. Okay. So we can take a left and go along the river. I see a restaurant over here, but I think we're gonna go directly through to start. I don't know until I get there. I'll make the decision in 10 seconds based on how I'm feeling. Little store right there. Okay, so yeah, we can walk along the river there, but I'm gonna go straight into the middle of the city. Look at this. Stadt Sing- und Musikschule. Dude, I don't know why the gimbal keeps tripping out. I might need to take it back to Mediamarkt. But we'll keep going no matter what. Check out this door. Got a painting on the ceiling there. And this is the Altstadt marktplatz, directly under this church steeple. So we'll be there in 5 minutes. Something I've also noticed is that the religious iconography of Germany is obviously different than Italy, even though it's very Catholic in both places. But in Germany, it's like more medieval in a sense. It almost seems like a different religion, even though it's not. Alright, check out these views here. Colored buildings. Let the color come in, there we go. And on we go. The English bay windows right there. Bakery to my left, people enjoying to the right. There's a bakery. We got the live saxophone player. I love it. Love to see it. On that street. Ice cream stand. Alright, so this is the marktplatz. I'm gonna go to the right between this Friday market, as it seems like this is. It's a Friday market because today is Friday. They're selling some clothes, some belts. And then we can go up by the look at this, cured meats and bread. Here we are. Hello. Let's go check out the fountain. Statue of Mary, I think. This looks like the Rathaus. And the entrance to the city with a big clock on it. Right there. So last night, I drove my car through here last night and up past that clock tower. Und jetzt, wir laufen. We are on Herzog-Ernst-Straße. Okay, it's a pretty typical German city, similar to what I've seen in Baden-Württemberg. Aber this here is Bavaria. But I don't know what's wrong with the gimbal. Every once in a while now, maybe it's because I've used it and kind of like throwing it around a little bit, but I'll be walking and then it will go and like kind of mess up. Here's a bookstore. I might need to go there. And this looks like an old part of the city based on the cobblestones here. Yeah, see? It's just messed up. It's okay. We'll keep going. Look at these cobblestones and the old church. And another marketplace here. People eating. Okay. Let's walk down here. Maybe you could, let's just go right through the middle so you guys can see everything. People eating. Nice. Crazy. Fountain here. If we can go into this church. Let's go into the church and check it out. The paintings there. I mean, the details on the ceiling, statues from here to here, a fountain in the middle, with the fish bubbling out, holy water, man, there's the pulpit. Look at the intricacy of this right here. Man, oh man. I mean, it's definitely true that the best artists of the time that this was built were employed here, you know? I think that was the custom, that the church being this center of social affairs, basically, they would gather the best painters, the best architects, the best sculptors, and they would say, look, you gotta help us build this. And they did, and that's why the churches are still some of the most beautiful places to visit in any city that you visit, especially in Europe. Okay, I just walked out this door and I'm gonna take this small alleyway and continue on. Check out the views, my friends. Church to my left, restaurant und Vinothek to my right. And this is the main walkway that we walked through the market on, to my left. Let's see, what do these flags mean? Not sure. But I like the different colors that they paint on the buildings. Even though it's one building, they kind of make it look like individual. Alright, let's go down this way. We can go there, we can go straight, we can go right. Let's go down here. So yeah, let's walk up down here and then maybe up the hill. Because on the top of the hill, I saw some castle. Okay, yeah. Some old structures there. I'm just gonna keep it rolling and keep on walking. Like CC, if you know what I mean. Old cobblestones. Little alleys, I like these alleys. Just past an Asian restaurant. That fruit and vegetable store says Asia Market. See some people in there buying some Fruit und Obst. Obst und Gemüse. Lots of cities that I see have these. Ooh. New fountain. Newer because it's metal. The old ones are usually rock. But what I was gonna say, let's check this out, is that lots of cities have these guard towers with arched pass-throughs. And I feel like it has, I feel like without knowing that this has to do with like the old medieval times when these were guarded by not only gates but castle guards. Yeah, look at this. I wonder if somebody has this as their apartment. You can see plants in this window. And then an old castle pillar there. Apartments here. So let's try to go this way and take a right. Yeah, and then over this bridge is probably the newer part of town. And let's go up this. Into the woods we go. Landsberg am Lech. It seems like a small town, you know, less than 100,000 people would be my guess. So now we're going up into the woods and I'm crying because of the wind. Hello. Hello. I'll show you in front of me. Two roads diverged in the yellow wood. And I'm taking one that's very traveled. Whew. We're already above the city here. The roofs are down below me, flat out that way. Okay, here's the old castle wall. Fortified wall, made of brick. There's the guard tower. You can see the slits for the archers there. You can walk under it. See down into the city there. There's the rooftops. But let's go here and travel even higher. Some people made their own path. I'm gonna go on this one, we can run. Get there quicker. Boom. Ah. What was this used for? Comments? Someone can tell me. Okay, so my goal now is to get on the other side of this wall. I think there's another church over here. So we'll try to get there and look down over the city before heading back down. And I'm around 50 kilometers away from Munich. So the next stop is gonna be Munich. And we're during the time of Oktoberfest. So I'll make an attempt to walk into the Wiesenvasen, one of the two. Okay. Let's go that way, but before then, we're gonna check out this road that leads to a restaurant. Okay, look. Check it out, though. Probably at nighttime, this would be full. You see the Bavarian flags. And if you didn't know, random fact. See that flag? With the yellow and the white diamonds? Where do you know that flag from? One of the places that flag has become world famous without people knowing at all why or what the symbol means is BMW. In English we say BMW. That's the car. And the B for BMW has to do with Bavaria because BMWs are created in Bavaria and the symbol is the blue and the white checkers. And that is the flag of Bavaria. So if you didn't know that, now you know. I feel like people all over the world drive those cars. I've seen them on every corner of this world and I'd probably say 98.5% of people do not know that that's the Bavarian flag. All right, here we go. Ein Turm. a tower. And now we're up here. There's some people, it looks like having some sort of gathering. Apple trees right here, look at these apples. Just hanging on these trees. And it says Binig Honig. So maybe they make honey out here. Look at this. Die Honigbienen. Bean. Alright. We're on the back side now. Can we get in? Can we get in? There's a road along the back. Some neighborhoods there. Yeah, the neighborhoods. I feel like most of my city tours in these old towns revolve around the Altstadt and the church, just because those are the historical centers. As far as the extending neighborhoods, it's pretty similar everywhere. So if I walk down one neighborhood, you've almost seen them all, but you have to visit. You have to visit. That's the point of my videos, to incite people to get outside. If you haven't got outside today and walked around and looked at the sky, I would recommend it. But it's up to you. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Got bricks. Solid. Still solid. Not in use today though. Fortified cities are a thing of the past. You got towers every 30 meters or so with the archer slits. Yeah. Was this a state in the kingdom of Bavaria at one point? That would be my guess. Here we go. Let's walk through this little passageway. Small doors. Look, my head hits. If I stand straight, my head hits. So I gotta duck a little bit. Just a little bit. And now, visiting here. Let's walk down this way. Directly through the city. It looks like an apartment complex next to either an apartment complex or a business area. That's a nice old scooter right there. Look at that. What brand is that? Das hier ist ein Simpson. Really nice. Good style. The old styles are good styles, in my opinion. A little more artistic creativity put into them. Yeah, and this looks like a newer part of town, just by the style of architecture. All right. I see a passageway. Let's go through it. A little barn over there. And the path, I think that goes back to where we just were. So let's go this way. City below me to my right. Trees rustling, you can hear it because it's autumn. It's late September 2024. You know what's crazy? Is 1 year from now, this video will be a year old. But then, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, 40 years from now, do you think that this video will still exist on YouTube as we know it today? I don't know. If it does, that'd be crazy, because I would be 62 years old. No, 72. Holy crap. So, what's up, Connor from the past? Or what's up, Connor from the future? You're welcome for filming this video so you can remember the days of your youth. Crazy to think. Time just keeps going, no matter if you like it or not. Okay, there's a nice little path down there. This looks like it goes through neighborhoods. Do we go? Which way do we go? Let me check this out. I think we go this way. I'm still not sure, but we'll check it out a little bit. It's a nice area right here. A little garden to have a barbecue right there with the overlook of the city. This little bird chilling. What you think, man? What do you think? Alright, there's some people looking through this fence at something. And then I see an old path, so maybe this will be the right way to go. Look at this. New style mixed with old style. It's a nice place. And this looks like a little garden. A little garden that somebody taking care of. Nice. Let's go over there. Let's go up here. This is the church that I saw from the bottom. Look at this. A rock church. Is it open? It's gotta be open. Okay, and somebody told me that these Roman symbols has to do with the name of Jesus. Or I guess it would be Latin symbols. Look at this. Hello? Hier drucken. It's open. But it's locked. Very cool. Okay. So it's open, but you can see, but they still have a gate that's blocking it. I'm not sure exactly why. But the art, man, multi-million dollars worth of art, just chilling in there. Let's walk down this way by the old wall. Let's see what it has to see. Those. Bavaria is cells. Nice. Got a picture of Mary and maybe Jesus up there. Now we're gonna continue on past this greenhouse. These are cool little houses right here. Look at that. Every time I see a house like that, I just think of like my grandma. That's where my grandma would live, I think. Nice style right there. I like that. Oh, yeah, look at that too. Perfect place to sit. Nice old bike. We just came from Von Helfensteingasse, and we're gonna keep exploring. Alright, should we go down that way? Or over here to another side of the city? We're going this way. This kind of reminds me a little bit of Walderstadt. You know Walderstadt? Let's go up this walkway here. Oh, nice. Look at that. Another picture of Mary and Jesus. We'll come here in a second. But let's walk up to this tower. Get a better look. Love the colors of the buildings. This is like a light purple. It's like a red, pink, brick walls. So interesting. And the more I visit these places, the more I'm wondering what it would be like to live here, you know? I would have to spend at least a month making this my home in order to get a better idea of what it's like. But it seems like very old town vibes, you know? Very small town vibes. Okay, look at this. Let's walk through this tower next to a crane. With somebody's house right here. Little garden. And very small door. I don't know what that's for. It's probably a basement. Like, look. Yeah, I'm assuming that's like a storage basement. So let's walk under here. Cross of Jesus. And this says, what does this say? This is what it says. If you want to pause it and read it. But it's like a crazy, dude. Okay, Turmbesteilung. Maybe it's open. Maybe I can go up there. So at this tower, which I think is a guard tower, they have houses and almost like a mini city in here. Not a mini city, but like neighborhood. It's like the neighborhood of the tower, which probably had guards and things like that. Oh, nice. That's cool. And this is where you see the modern day gas station restaurant with the olden days fall leaves coming in. And this is what we're looking at. Oh, that's crazy. Look at that view. Jesus and the angels. Clock. Yeah, this is out of medieval times right here. These little windows. And look at that. Bayer Tor. Erbaut 1425 als Abschluss des großen Stadtmauern Hochheit des Turmes. 36 Meter. Alright. Yeah, at one point this would be like it's like the now between countries, you gotta come and show your passport. If you wanted to visit this city in the olden days, you'd probably have to pass through here and tell them what you're doing, why you want to visit. Yo, it's open. Like the steps, and they go straight up. Look at that. Let's go. Oh, I thought I was gonna go all the way up to the clock. But it goes to here at least. Herzlich willkommen im Beator. So we're one story up. an. Hallo.
Hallo.
Kann ich gehen zum Tor? Mehr hoch?
Ja, 36 Meter.
36 Meter hier? Oder?
Ja, you have to pay but before.
Wie viel kostet das?
4 Euro.
4 Euro. Can I see the city from there? Kann ich die
Real City, also die Altstadt nicht.
Nein.
Das ist der
Ja, ja.
Über diesen Berg.
Ja, ja.
Da ist ja vorne hier dieser Berg.
Okay.
And you can all. Das ist
Deutsch ist okay.
very difficult.
Ich kann verstanden auf Deutsch.
Gut. Den Hauptplatz kann man von hier nicht sehen.
Okay.
Da ist da vorne dieser Berg.
Mhm.
Und man kann nur drüber sehen. Man sieht die Altstadtkirche, die Stadtpfarrkirche wieder. Man sieht vorne den Mutterturm.
Ja.
Das kann man alles schon wieder sehen.
Okay.
Aber den Hauptplatz selber nicht.
Okay.
Das geht nicht.
Aber ich kann hier gehen, ja?
Ja.
4 Euro?
Also ich kann ganz hoch. Ja, genau.
Ich habe eine 5.
Okay. Aber es ist nicht notwendig. Das habe ich genug.
Okay. Dankeschön.
Okay. Dann viel Spaß.
Vielen Dank. Hier?
Genau.
Okay. Let's check it out, yo. So we're up here. We're gonna go up there. Okay. When at the Bayer-Tor? Check it out. Die Tür bitte schließen. Hallo. 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 Los geht's. It's a heavy door. Damn. Okay, I gotta ask that guy that works here what this was used for.
Dass wir von 1419 bis 1425 gebaut haben. Wusstest du, dass die Tür 36 Meter hoch ist?
Natürlich. Und wusstest du, dass die gesamte Anlage 28 Meter lang ist?
Ist doch klar. Mit gesamter Voranlage meinst du bestimmt die spitzbügig geöffnete Vorhalle.
Okay, so this is talking about it in English too.
Kahlen die 2 Bahnhöfe und die 2 kleine Türchen.
Oder? Dieser so alte Klugscheißer.
Warum immer finanzielle Seite haben? Das war ein super Projekt.
Doch wir müssen zugeben, dass wir das nicht alleine haben. Das Feier vor hier steht, haben wir den Landsberg.
Okay, it does say it in English here. The crucifixion scene with Mary and John kneeling on each side. 2 angels with chalices collect the blood of Christ, carved from sandstone. This relief is one of the oldest surviving sculptures in the city. So that's what we saw on the front side. When I was like, oh, look at this. Alright. And it goes. I'm pretty much going up here for the view. When the tower was renovated in 1975, okay, the recording stopped, but I basically was saying the tower was renovated in 1975, and then they like moved the clock up a little bit to its original position and then reopened some of the old windows. That's where I was when I was reading it, just right there down the stairs. And now we're gonna go up this. Look at this thin spiral staircase. But before that, let's look at what is here. What is displayed here? Original ochre-colored paintwork was found around the 2 windows that until 1975 were concealed by the eastern clock face of the clock tower. Ochre colors. To add the embellishments to the tower windows, templates were created based on original finds. Okay, interesting. So that's how they did it? It's like almost like a template and you just paint in the template so it's perfect. Okay, so that's a new fact that I didn't know. Every time I see the intricate paintings in the side of buildings, I always assume it's hand done. So I guess sometimes it's done with a template. All right, up we go, up we go. In this small staircase. Ooh. Alrighty. Let's see how many curves we do. Alright. Heck yeah. That's a good view. Got the Bavarian flag right there flapping to my back. It's a good view right here. Worth it. Anytime there's a city view and you have some change to spare, it's definitely worth it. Look at this. The countryside of Bavaria. Look at that, way out in the distance. Just fields, cultivated forests. You can see the clouds right here. It's a little bit of an overcast day, but that's nice, it's cool. And this is the front side. So that's where I was standing. You can see the two little towers there. The cross of Jesus is right below me. There's the gas station for reference. And you can see how the little neighborhoods kind of spill out from the main part of the city and then it stops. And then you got the fields, you know? So you get a better idea of how big this city is or how small. And this is the bell tower. And this road right here is gonna, this is the one that I walked up. And if you keep going down that way, there's the old church that I was just inside. And then the Altstadt is like down and around there, right? Because the river should be on this side. Where's the river? Yeah, the river is gonna be like down there. My car is parked over there. Crazy. Nice. Okay, so that one chime signifies 15 minutes. So if you hear a bell chime once and it's not 1 o'clock, that means whatever hour it is, it's that hour plus 15 minutes. Let's see if I'm right. Let's open my phone. And it is currently 2:30. So that actually represented second chime of the hour, which would be 15 minutes plus 15 minutes, so 30 minutes. Some of the church bells are programmed where, let's say it's 2 o'clock, it'll go ding ding for 2 o'clock, and then 15 minutes it'll go ding, and then 30 minutes it'll go ding ding, and then 2:45 it'll go ding ding ding, and then 3 it'll go ding 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 again because it's 3. I hope you got that. Look at this little wind direction. It's crazy to see it next to this crane, right? There's the wind, flag doing the same. Stand up on this bench, get an even better view. 365, yo. And Munich is somewhere that I can't see right now. Alright, this is cool. I'm gonna turn the camera off and just look at it with my eyes for 10 minutes. Ponder my life. Think about deep things like, what is existence? Anyways, thanks for coming along for the ride. I'm happy that I get to explore the world. It's a beautiful thing. And every time you go to a new city and you see people living, you just wonder like what their life is like, because everybody's life is so different. Everyone has different parents, different friends, different ideas, different experiences, different languages, different foods, different music that they like, you know? And I'm just one person. That's why it's crazy that I have a YouTube channel and that I'm able to publish this stuff and 1,000 million people can watch it, you know? 1,000 or 1 million. I think on my YouTube channel, like multiple million people have seen my videos, which is mind-blowing. I can't even comprehend that. It's too much for my brain, you know? Also, I wanted to say, it's starting to rain right now. I wanted to say like about the comments. I really appreciate people that watch the videos and comment, but I'm not always allowed, yes, but able. I'm not always able to read and reply to every single one because it takes a lot of time, and I'm trying at the same time to travel and film new videos, you know? So it's nothing personal, it's just a matter of human capacity with the limited time that I've been given. I think we all understand that, right? Anyways, well, maybe let's go, you know what I'm saying though? Alright, this is what you're seeing here. Boom, that's what you're seeing. Oh, phone on. Alright, you can see the top of the crane right there. The tower's on the other side of this green building. So I walked down here, check out the neighborhood, and now I'm gonna walk down this little stepway. And before I get to the bottom, I'm gonna try to find something in my pocket. What is it? Where is it? Ah, here it is. Just clean the lens because it's kind of raining. Look at these old doors. Old doors. And we are back on the road to being lost. So I learned some things after the camera was off up there. That was built for defense during times of war. So they had passageways and fake passageways just in case they got attacked. And they set it up so if an enemy got inside, they'd basically be trapped and be able to get taken care of from above. Here's a old arch in the city wall. And I'm gonna walk straight down here and back to the Altstadt and then to my car. So you'll see what I see. See. Personal walkway. And on we go. Motorcycle parking. Bikes. Und was ist das hier? Ah, it's like a parking structure. An old arch. Hello. A German Kinder. Ein Kinder von Deutschland. I mentioned in my other videos, but almost every American doesn't realize that the word kindergarten came from Germany, and we use that. Every kid in America goes to kindergarten. Look at this little chapel here. I wonder if it's open. Look at that little chapel. Streets going right and left. Let's see if it's open. Because why not? I'm only going to be here once in my life. Yep. Look at this. Another Catholic chapel. And who is that? It's Mary. Look at this, just like a neighborhood chapel, dude. That's a nice garden right there. Look at that. Sewer system. Wie der Herr, so der Hund. Nicht so, damit Ihr Hund auch bei anderen belebt bleibt. Bitte auch kein Müll. Okay, this is nice right here. Look at this. A little passage to the right, but then we got a tunnel underneath this apartment complex. And these are the old streets that Germany is so famous for. Chapéu. That means hat in multiple languages, including Portuguese, but I think that's French. Le Petit Hôtel Chapéu. Alright, we're back. We're back at that clock tower. Some beautiful wood balconies. That's cool right there. Right by the Pfannenstiel house. Let's go this way. There's somebody's wood steps up to the front door. Kein Trinkwasser. Not drinking water. And let's go here and to the right. We can. Underground parking. I'm gonna try to go back over there. It's red for her. Can I go across? I have no idea. Some traffic here. I'm just gonna go. They stopped. They were nice. Oh, it's not a place I can go down. Somebody's door. Okay, so down there is the city. We're kind of walking along the outskirts of the old town here. There's the church we went in earlier, the main one that's in the city of, or place of the marktplatz, and then maybe to my right is gonna be a way to walk down. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here we go. It's really nice to visit, walk around these little places because you get a way better idea about where you are, you know? Context is key. And I like cities that are built on the hills because it gives it character. Different walkways each way, up and down, left and right. Somebody's house right here. Nice view. Bada bing, bada boom, look at that house. 52B. Hey, they got the spot right there. Nice place to hang out with the friends. Continuing on. Okay, let's see. Should we go left or should we go right? Let's go right. 'Cause I think that's more near the main spot, main part of town. Ah, yeah, this is exactly where we were. Hold up. Should I go? Ah, let's just keep going. Yeah, so this is where we walked before. This is the bridge. We walked all the way down in there, up and around, and then we came out this little spot. So let's go this way. River. Maybe we can walk. I want to walk across. Here's some old lettering designating the Lech River, Landsberg am Lech. And let's walk down this way, because I saw that from before. Ah, that's cool. Little cafe. The drop off for the little waterfall is right there. Let's walk over here, past this restaurant, and get a view from that side. And then the video is finito. Let's see in here, what's this? Okay, we can walk down here. Here and then around to the river. Hello. We're walking directly at this green building. It says Kron, which means crown, I believe. Bayerische Pub und Alpenküche. Entschuldigung. Alright, so that will be back to the marktplatz where the market was and the fountain. There's a dude on the little wheel. Das hier ist die Bayerische Pub. Und ein schönes Ausblick hier for this restaurant. Got the fall festivity pumpkins, and then another row of places to check out. Look at that, Lucy's Lech Cafe. That looks nice. So cool. And here, ah, look at that. That's crazy. It looks so crazy from here. And you can sit right here and just enjoy der Fluss. So this is Flossgassenweg. Bells are chiming for the new hour, 3 o'clock. And that's nice too. You just continue walking on down. And this is the final view of the video. My van is over there. Alright, y'all. Thank you for watching the video. It was a short one, walking through Landsberg am Lech, the Lech River. Nice little town marketplace. Bavarian, small Bavarian city. And this will be one of many towns that I visit in the next few days. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Lots of history here. Not just about the prison, but also about the prison. There's that history. And then there's the history that I just walked through that I don't know much about, but you can Google it. If you like this video, I recommend coming, or if you liked what you saw in the video, you can just come and check it out yourself. If you don't have the means or the ability because you live in a different continent or way too far away, I'm glad I can at least show you a small part of it. But then that's where you can use Google, Wikipedia, books, and learn more about the history of these small places. And I love to do that too. If I go travel to some place and it really piques my interest, I pick up a book or start on Wikipedia and just read some facts until I can find something deeper to read about the place. But yeah, the video's gonna end here. It started on the other side of the Lech, ended on this side of the Lech, went through some of the towns, and that's a boom baby. Let's go. See you in the next video. Boom. 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 Wait, I didn't show you this part too. Look at this. What is this? It says, errichtet von der Stadt Landsberg am Lech in Zusammenarbeit mit dem Wasserwirtschaftsamt Weilheim und den Lech Elektrizitätsstadtwerk Augsburg im Jahr 1972. So it has something to do with electricity. So the river is flowing here, and then there's some sort of device that's making electricity. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Und ciao. One more thing. I think this would be a good spot to just chill, right? Oh. One more thing. Great spot to eat, right? You can sit here, enjoy the view, and also listen to the rushing water. Boom! Or if you want more calm water, you can sit on this side and just enjoy this flowing river. Or if you want a different view, you can go here. Oh, we got Volksbank coming through. Volksbank crew coming through. If you want a different view, you can go right here. Look at that. Boom, river just coming at you, but less tumultuous. It's Vietnamese kitchen sushi bar. I'm always very impressed by the German. I guess because the cities are so old and historic. Anytime you put a restaurant anywhere, it's always in very picturesque location, like this. Yeah. Crazy, bro. This is Adolf Kolblingstraße, according to this sign. Boom, baby. Alright, I gotta find a cafe. Should I eat here at Susie Lech Cafe? Or walk up along the river? Okay, the video's not over. Let's walk up along the river. because we haven't gone there yet. Look, someone's garage right there. Like imagine that's your house and you drive out there, get food at the cafe, eat at the restaurant. A little restaurant. Ah, it's nice too. Look at this. Ice cream? Dude, ice cream and just chilling. That's a great view. Bro, this is a perfect view. Just like sitting here, enjoying the river. Yeah, this is perfect. I'm happy I didn't cut the video off because every time you continue to walk, there's always more to see. That's why I always joke about 10-hour videos. But a video that's 10 hours will be 10 hours long of exploration with the potential to find new places. That's what's fun about traveling the world. It's like there's always something new and cool to see. And in my opinion, the coolest things to see are things like this. Like free, natural beauty things, you know? You don't have to go to big parties or know famous people or go to soccer games, even though those things are fun. But I think just walking around, seeing history, seeing water and trees, and enjoying the air and the breeze, that's the best thing. Okay, so check this out. Check out the view. Just right here. You, your friend, and your other friend, and all of your friends enjoying. Hello. Okay, so that's where we turned. So now, finally, the video's over, but I can't promise it. Just look at the seconds left in the video and you'll know. If there's 3 or 4 seconds left, or 10 seconds left, it's almost over. If I see something else, I'll film it, otherwise, this is great. It's starting to rain, so I'll protect the camera. Maybe just stand under this tree and listen to the water. I'm happy about this little walk. And with that, I say what? Boom, baby! Let's go. We back, bro. We're back. We're freaking back, dude. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying that the video's over. Recap. Okay, so this is a recap of what happened. Just so you can get your orientation. This is the Lech River. I'm parked up here. We walked this way and saw the river from that side. Then we walked up this bridge and across through the Altstadt. Hold up, focus up. Starting here through the Altstadt, we went to the church right there, which is where the market is. Then we walked a little bit to the left, down there, and then up the hill. And something you can see is that this little town of Landsberg am Lech is kind of pushed up against the mountain here. So the tower that we were on is back there. So we walked up the hill, back to the tower, and we came kind of back. So it kind of spills out in this direction, with some houses up there like we saw, and then in the surrounding areas. But this is the mountain that I'm talking about. Sorry guys, disturbing the peace here. This is the mountain, you know, the tower you can't see, but you can see the clock tower is over here, but you can see like the ramparts and the wall that goes around the city kind of in that direction. But yeah, off the mountain, more apartments here on the side of the Lech River. And there's fish here. Look at these fish. Can you see them? These are big old fish. Just floating in the stream. Hold up, focus. Can you focus? There. Alright, let's focus on the rock and then maybe. Yeah, look at that. They're just holding their position against the stream there. Kind of crazy. There's a bunch of them. even more if I keep going. You can kind of see them. Hold up, sorry about the focus. Yeah, look at all those fish. And like jump in and catch it. There's a bunch of them. Look, there's so many. They're all just like chilling. See them all? Dang. That's actually crazy. Maybe they're just catching little algae and bugs that are floating down the river. Booby, let's go! Okay, I'm a little bit tempted. Can I eat that one right there? Or do I gotta cook it? I'm not sure. Also, something that I noticed, look at this. Bakery empty. Why? Fresh made. Always fresh made. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that's also different in America. At this time of night, you can always, most of the time in the major cities, find a grocery store that's open, but we're not really in a major city right now. So, I get it. Okay, I found my parking place. I'm at a park and ride spot kind of near Landsberg and in Bavaria still, and I went to the gas station to get gas because I was running low. This is a short story. Another story of how someone from Germany helped me. This has happened to me countless times all around the world, and it just reminds me that humans are beautiful people inside. You know what I mean? Most of us, if somebody comes to us with an open mind, like genuinely asking for help, will help other people. I really believe that. The more I travel, the more I believe that. So what happened was I went to the gas station, and in Germany, you fill up your gas tank and then you go inside and pay. I filled up my gas tank, went inside to pay, and I said, can I get a pretzel? She said, do you want a small one or a large one? I said, large. And then I went to pay, and my card got declined. And I was like, no way. I just used my card today in Switzerland. So I thought, okay, maybe my card declined because I was in a foreign country, a different country, paying Switzerland than I am now. Germany. And we tried again and again, and it didn't work. Okay, I even went on the app. For some reason it didn't work. I put a message into the bank, hopefully it works tomorrow. But basically she was like, don't worry, I'll write down your license plate number and you can come back tomorrow and pay. That was a very nice thing of her. But in addition, she said, do you want anything to eat? And I said, really? I didn't pay. And she was like, don't worry. And I said, yeah, I'll have the pretzel that I was gonna buy and I'll pay for it tomorrow. And then she said, if you want anything else from the bakery, you know, like I guess it's not a bakery, but they have croissants and donuts and pizza and all that stuff. She said, if you want anything else, you can have it because we're gonna throw everything away at night. She's actually the owner of the gas station. And I said, really? She said, yeah, don't worry, it's going in the trash. If you want it, you can have it, otherwise it's going in the trash. And I said, okay, fine, I'll take a sandwich. So she gave me, okay, basically I just show you all of this. I have 4 bags of food because I have the pretzel that I originally was gonna order, and then I have a sandwich with like mozzarella and salami and cheese because that was the one that I got after she was like really insisting, take something. And then after that she was like, are you sure you don't want anything sweet? Like a croissant? And I was like, okay, I'll take a croissant, yeah. And then she said, do you want any, what's the name? Do you want any schnitzel? We have schnitzel here, I can warm it up for you if you want. And I said, really? Because I was kind of like, I don't know, I didn't expect her to be so nice, especially since I'm the one going there and I can't pay, you know? And then yeah, she heated up a schnitzel sandwich for me as well, and I'm gonna eat a couple of those things tonight and then sleep in the back of this van. Well, maybe let's go. But yeah, it just reminded me, it made me happy. You can feel how happy I am just having that interaction with her, because it reminded me of how beautiful life is when you talk to people and experience things like that. So thank you very much. Boom, baby, let's go. Schönen Abend noch, Deutschland, und schlaf gut, bis morgen. Ciao. Okay, so I am in the city of Landsberg am Lech, I believe, on the Lech River. I might have said that wrong, but it's Landsberg, and it's in Bavaria. And I was driving through Bavaria and I realized that there's a famous prison here where the infamous man that you guys know named Adolf was imprisoned, and that's where he wrote his book, Mein Kampf. So I was like, okay, I'm already driving through, I might as well drive to the prison and check out the museum that they have. But I walked up to the front gate and they don't have any museum. I guess that makes sense, but at the same time I would have thought that they would have like some sort of museum, you know what I mean? I thought that. Anyways, you can see the outside. I can't go inside, obviously. It's an active prison, but this is where he who must not be named was imprisoned, and where he spent, I think, like 8 months after he got arrested. This is the outside. Maybe I can drive around, but in addition to this, I'm gonna go into the city because it's another beautiful Bavarian city. And it's a nice fall day. You can see the leaves falling. I drove through the Altstadt already. It's very, very nice. They got a river with a little bit of like a waterfall, stuff that you can see, and that's it. So this is the outside. I don't know if they're gonna tell me I can't film, but maybe they will. Either way, I just want you to see the front. This is what it looks like. People's houses right next to it. And this is the old Bavarian style of the prison. This is the front. It's active. And then if you see down this way, it looks like there's like buildings, and it's like a little village almost. Barbed wire here goes down that way. I think it's like a square. Boom, boom, boom. But this is the front of it. Yeah. Some people might say, why are you there? Because I like history, and all parts of history, whether good or bad, are interesting to see because you get better context, you know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of bummed I couldn't go inside, but maybe we can drive around. Let's see. So now I'm driving kind of around the outskirts of the prison, and it's interesting that, you know, these are people's houses and apartments, I believe, and then to my right is the prison wall with the barbed wire. You can see the top of a church. I'm gonna put the camera down because someone that works here is on the left. Look at that little car. Dude, what the heck? Microlino. All right, so this is like the old prison wall, and then it looks like they expanded it over here with like a new prison wall. Dang, that's crazy to think that people are just stuck in there, you know? No. All right, we've come to the end of the road. And at the end of this road, or actually, maybe I could take a right. There's a tractor. Huh, maybe I can go around here. I'm gonna wait for this car. Okay, she smiled, so I can keep going. Yeah, look at this. It's just so interesting to see, you know? For people who like history. Okay, yeah, look inside there. Inside, they have like a normal city. Like, that's a church inside the prison. What the heck? It's kind of crazy. And then a big field. There's a soccer field inside. Like, you see the goalpost right there, kind of? That's so interesting to think. All right, I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna turn around. Yeah, I mean, visiting different places is like, it's kind of like reading, you know? You read books and stories, and then you see it in person, and it kind of makes it come to life. So I think the date that he was here was early or late 1920s. And it was after the Munich beer hall putsch, I think that's how you pronounce it, but it was like a coup that his party tried to take over the government, and then once it failed, then he got captured, and put in this place. Let's see it from this way. That's what it looks like right there. Okay, so there's people. Yeah, so it's just off this main road here. So this is the main road. It's so crazy to think about. Alright, so there it is from the front. I'm going in. So this is what it looks like when you drive in. And then if you go to the right, what does it look like this way? Sorry, my gimbal is acting up, as you can see. So yeah, same thing, walls and barbed wire here. This is a historical documentation. And then down there, the same stuff. Yeah, look at that. It looks like a normal city just encapsulated by walls and barbed wire. Interesting. I wonder if, I know visitors and stuff can go inside, and it's an unfortunate situation if you're a visitor because that means you have somebody that you know that's inside there. But I'd be curious to see it. Just like I would be curious to see. Okay, hold up. I don't want to hit anybody. Yeah, like wanting to see the place where he who must not be named. I don't know how the YouTube algorithm reacts to that name, but it's the same thing as wanting to see where like any major international shaking world leader came from, you know? Or like where they were imprisoned. What's another example of that? I don't know. Alright. This is from this view. Now we're gonna go out on the main road, take a right, and then park somewhere we can walk in the old city. Boom, baby. Let's go.